to Late Night Talks with Olivia. I don't know why I'm doing this. I think it was because some people have mentioned they like my late night talks. So, I may or may not have lost the piece to putting my lamp onto my desk. So I'm kind of just holding like this so I can do my notes. And it's like 1 in the morning right now. We're thriving. Yes. Innovation at its finest. I gotta find that part. I don't know where it is. I was pretty sure I packed it. I just don't know where it is right now. But it will be fixed. Or I'll just find another part to it, which I'm hoping I don't have to do. But yes, till then it will be held done. But it's producing a lot of light. Huzzah. Yo, it's raining. Oh my gosh. Hey. It's so pretty outside. It's pouring. My balcony. Apple juice. I'm studying for my last midterm. 3 midterms this week, and I had one on Monday, one on Tuesday, and then today was Veterans Day, and tomorrow's midterm. And the study guide is 30 pages long. And I think it's because I'm really random at night. Because I don't see so week. Did apple juice, of course, it's a must. And Panda. Actually, it's low-key cold because it's like 40 degrees now at night. It's like 60s in the day, but like 60s are fine for me. That coldness got me acclimated, but yeah, at night it gets really cold, so it's an oof. But yay! I can wear sweats and whatnot, hoodies without any worries, so that's what I'll probably turn into. But yeah, today was a really busy day, or this whole week was really busy because I had midterms, I had 3 midterms, and then we had Veterans Day in the middle of the week, which was really nice. So I had a midterm on Monday, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday I went hiking. Woo! That was really fun. And then, yeah, I did FOF with Cindy, had a lot of questions, or she had a lot of questions for me, and that made me question a lot, so now I have to do a lot of research, and just to get a deeper understanding of who God is in a more intimate way. Yeah, I think that will be really interesting for me. And then today was also a pretty interesting day too. I had a midterm in the morning. That was pretty rough. It's fine, we're past. And then me, Phoebe, Alyssa, Sarah, and Kim went out to campus and sat on the fountain that is like not working, but like the grass was wet, so we were like, oh, we don't want to sit on the grass, so sat in the middle of the concrete of the fountain area that we have, and we're going in a circle praying, or getting ready to pray and sharing prayer requests. This little girl came up to us, and it gets really dark, and we thought it wouldn't get that dark around the time that we drove, so we did it at like 5, and it gets dark at like 4:30 now, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, so it was getting darker, and then this little girl came up to us, and she was so chirpy and excited, and she just reminded me of this girl that I met in Arizona, and it just made me so happy. Just to see her so chill, and we were like, where's your bear? And she's like, oh, my dad's over there, and he's just like sitting on the other side of the lawn. And I mean, you could see her and everything, but it was like kind of weird. But she was super sweet and super happy, and she was 5 years old, and that's a kindergartner, because y'all know I love kindergartners, or that's the age that I love working with, just because I did kindergarten Sunday school for like 5 years. But yeah, I think it was such a joy just to have contact with a child and just to see the brightness and the hope in her. And she was just so bubbly, and she was like planets, and she was talking about mythical stuff. And we shared the gospel, though we tried real hard. It was hard just because like she's very young and her attention span was not a lot, and you could tell she probably didn't get out a lot, so she was like excited to see people, excited to talk with people, and invited her to sit down in our beautiful circle that we had. And it was just a really sweet time of us like enjoying her little random talks, because like kids get off topic really easily, and she would be like, oh, can I tell you a story? And we were like, oh, sure. And she'll tell us a story, and then we'd be like, oh, why don't we share a story for you? And then we tried to share the gospel with her, and we did, but it was broken out very in bits because she would get distracted and be like, can I tell you another story? And we tried really hard to relate her story back to like who God is and who Jesus is, and she seemed to know some stuff, which was really interesting, about who God is. And it was just fun because it was a great opportunity and such an obvious opportunity that God gave us to share the gospel. And we all kind of took turns sharing, so it was like if someone missed something or wanted to explain something better in terms, we could. And like she's so excited and very animated, and that made me so excited and happy. And yeah, that just brought me joy and just hope and encouragement just to share the gospel. And it was, I mean, not to say like an easy share, but like it was easy to share to her since it was less intimidating, and she was willing because I don't think she knew what we were gonna tell her, but it was like our favorite story. Oh, she got to share her favorite story. But yeah, just a blessing from God, and it was just a sweet time also for us girls just to have that opportunity. Even though we talked with her for like an hour, like we didn't even get to pray yet. We were still sharing prayer requests, and she came up and we stopped all that and just paid attention to her, and it was just so great. It just made my day, I think. It made my whole week actually, and maybe my month. I think it was just because it was a child and just a gospel opportunity, and just God just giving us the opportunity. It's just so amazing. Yeah. I think it hit really hard because I think being a 5-year-old or 6-year-old, she doesn't necessarily know what's happening in me. The dad came to try to get her to go home, and we got to give him the gospel tract, and he actually heard everything that we said, which was kind of crazy because we were like, oh, is this guy gonna like stop us? Or, like, you don't know who you're leaving your kid with. But yeah, he kept an eye on her the whole entire time she was talking with us, and I mean, we kept our distance somewhat from her due to COVID. But yeah, it was interesting. He was thankful that we were talking and was able to ask if there was anything we could pray because we were in a prayer group, and he just mentioned to pray for like health and family, just everything that's happening here. And it was interesting because I was like, oh, he didn't stop us or anything. He heard our whole conversation, and he thought it was cool that we were sharing that with her because it gave hope and it was positive. Even though it was a worldly kind of idea of his, of like just spreading hope. I thought it was really cool just that he allowed us to share that with her, and that he was willing and open to it. Not necessarily that he believed in it, but that he was able to even just hear it from us, even though it shocked me because his daughter stopped all that. But yeah, you could tell he had a lot on his hands just because Athena, the girl, it was just so bubbly and energetic and had so much energy. So yeah, that was really interesting, and just praying for Athena and her dad. I don't know where they're from or what they do, but it was a sweet time of just sitting in the middle of the lawn and talking to a little girl, like childlike faith, man. Yeah, but I think that was just such a joy for me, I guess, this week. Yes, so thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Night interviews with Olivia, because I don't feel like doing work. That sounds about right. And I have a lot of energy, and it's probably because of my apple juice, honestly. Anyways, see y'all later.